Tom, you're on Talksport.
Oh, hi, Duncan. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you.
Hi. I agree with you completely on the subject of kids on flights. I think they've got as much right as anybody else.
Yep.
All right, they are human after all, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I do disagree with you on is on the petrol pump situation. I actually worked in a petrol station for quite a while. I sort of agree with what you're saying there, in that the woman behind the tannoy overreacted, but at the same time...
Number nine!
Yes,
that's all I heard. Number 9!
Yes,
no thrust towards helping this old lady, just banging on about, push the button, number 9!
Yeah, I know, I heard it earlier.
Well, there might be some people listening who didn't.
All right, okay, all right, fair enough. I used to work at one of those places, and there's a great influence from the people usually doing these to get as many people through as possible.
Yeah.
And I actually used to go out there when there wasn't a queue to try and help these people do that, and they were very appreciative. That woman should have done more, but at the same time, there is a lot of pressure on her to try and get that job done.
That's not really an excuse, though, is it?
Well, no, I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying that that might be a reason why she may have acted
Well,
out
I still don't think it's a justified reason, is it? I mean, we're all under pressure. It doesn't mean you have to shout at an old lady and be rude.
Well, no, I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm just saying that might be a reason why she has acted inappropriately.
Let's talk about intolerance, Tom.
Yeah.
Let's just break it out and talk about it in broader terms. I mean, I'm going from the point of reference here. In my world, I'm seeing more and more intolerance. I mentioned about the adult-only flights. I talked about my petrol station experience. You tell me that you've worked at a petrol station, so clearly you've dealt with, I hate the phrase, but the general public. Do you think we're becoming more intolerant?
I think so, yeah. I think people are more impatient more than anything else. They want things quicker. The thing is that the more that people offer things quicker, faster, better, the more people expect it from everything. And I think that that's one of the reasons why people are more impatient with everything around them.
It's an interesting take on it. So actually, because we become used to speed, well, we don't get speedy service, though, don't we? I mean, fast food is an oxymoron in many ways, because it doesn't happen. I mean, I don't know. Do you think we've become used to everything being 24/7 and immediate, that when it doesn't happen within a blink of an eye, we then think, well, I've got the justification to kick off?
I think that's the basis of the and like you say, general public. It's not a great term. I mean, I was discussing this with my friend Steve, and he agreed with me that people are just becoming more impatient. When a 24-hour service like a phone bank is not available for a short period of time, all hell breaks loose. A lot of people just complain and they give up, or they even switch just because.
Yeah. What about road users, Tom? What's the thrust behind that then? Because I mean, you made a great point there about 24/7 society, everything's immediate, etc. We have technology. You can write an email, send it to the other side of the world in literally a split second. And I think you could be onto something there. But strip it all down. You would have seen, I take it you drive, yeah?
Yes, I do.
You would have experienced, or you would have seen, impatience and intolerance on the roads of the UK. What's driving that? I mean, it's got nothing to do with a 24/7 society.
No, you're quite right. I think it's more a case of people wanting to be right. They want to feel that superiority complex you mentioned before.
But where does that come from, do you think?
It's hard to say. I mean, I get a little bit irked. I don't flash my lights or press the horn, but I do get a little bit irked at the middle lane users, mostly because there's somebody next to them on the right-hand lane and you're told not to undertake because it's dangerous. Yeah. But that's the only time it really irks me.
You see, it always amazes me that people get so wound up about that.
Yeah, it's just it's a pet peeve.
But you see, I have this theory, and it's this, that because so many people get wound up about it, people almost see it as permission to get wound up about it. I mean, I've seen people, I leave Talksport Towers here, I don't live in London, I wouldn't live in London if you paid me, and I drive back to the wilds of West Sussex, and I go down the A3, and the A3, some of the A3's got 3 lanes, yeah? And I drive down the A3, and I see it in the morning at about 6:20, I see people who, and no word of a lie, you've got someone on the middle lane, you've got a lane on the right-hand side free, a lane on the left-hand side free, and normally it's a man in either a BMW, I've never seen a woman do it, it's normally a man in a BMW, or, I hate to say this, because I know a lot of my overnight listeners drive this kind of vehicle, a van, right? Yeah. And they get right up behind it, and they flash the lights and beep the horn, and I just think, Well, first of all, I think you're pillock. Secondly, I just think, why? Is that because you middle lane hoggers is such a problem? You think you've got permission to behave like that? It actually frightens me.
I think people are way too intolerant. I completely agree with you. It's a minor thing. It's not one to actually do anything about it. It's something to get slightly annoyed about and maybe grumble to your friend about. But it's nothing to start acting on it, really.
I've enjoyed the call. Call again, Tom.